Hey everyone, Pat Mitchell here with TrickTrades, and today I want to do just a real quick free video lesson for you guys, just showing you what's possible when you are patient and you're prepared. I want to give you an example of two trades that we took, one on SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, which is what we use to gauge and track the market. We also trade it, and Apple. So we had a couple Apple opportunities, but twice. It came into the level twice. And just as I was leaving, and we'll get into the charts here in a second, but just as I was leaving, because I usually leave around lunchtime I go for lunch, I go enjoy my day, and then I will sometimes come back in the afternoon. Now, I pride myself on not being a slave to the monitors, guys. I did that for years as a welder, being a slave to a time clock, and I swore I would never do it again. But that's a whole nother video on being a slave to your job. But let's get into the charts here, and I want to show you. So first we'll go over the SPY. So these levels were placed during the hyperscan. That is our video watch list, and it could not break this range. There was a range here, and I wanted to watch that. I knew that it would, and I know I said I know it would test, but guys, listen, the thing is, these stocks basically do the exact same thing each and every day, and once you realize that, you can really capitalize on that. So from lows to highs, that's what I was watching. So once it opened up, it dipped down real quick, popped up, pulled back, kind of pissed around in this range, and then when it finally broke out, right in here, as it was coming up, right here, right in here is where I put the alert out, saying, now, if it comes into this level, take it. So some members started in early, which is part of our entry strategy, because you don't want to miss trades just because it didn't come perfectly to that price point. I see a lot of traders do that. So you can start in small, and then if it comes into that level, then you can take a small add and you're good to go. This is how we catch these trades all the time. And sure enough, look at that. Guys, look at that. Right dead nuts to the penny on SPY. Now, this isn't cherry picked. This literally happens all the day. You'll see me on social media. I'll post that, you know, we catch these things from highs and we ride them all the way down to lows. Look at that. That's the target. That is your overall main target down here at this 330.85. So from 332.18 all the way down to 330.85. Now, that's roughly, well, it's about a couple of points, right? So that's just on the ETF. Now, if you're trading options, this is an easy 100% move, guys. You can make 100% of your money damn near every day. Options, when traded correctly and properly and strategically, can make you a lot of money, guys. But you gotta have a plan, you gotta have a strategy. So, like I said, as it was coming up into this level, I said, watch it. Once it comes into 332.18, hammer it short, grab it short, give it a standard risk. That's our risk strategy. We call it standard risk. Now, that's amazing. That's actually designed to keep you in the trade just long enough, because I'm sure, I'll ask you guys a question. How many times have you guys been in a trade and then you stop out and then it goes one more tick higher and then it comes down, or vice versa, depending whether you're long or short? Happens all the time, guys. So I developed a risk strategy called standard risk, and it's fucking amazing, guys. It really, really is. And it'll blow you away. You'll stay in trades without stopping out. And sure enough, it comes down and it washes really hard, like real hard into VWAP. And because of the volatility with options, I bet you this would have been close to like 60, 70, 80, maybe even 80% on your options. Some members caught the bounce as well, down at lows, and then rode it back up. Two ways to skin a cat. We do not trade with a bias at TrickTrades, long or short, it doesn't matter. So that was SPY. Now let's go to Apple. So on Apple, this actually, I'll show you the trade that I took on this. It was a real quick trade. So right in here, there was a level. It was right about here. okay? Right in the 317, I think it was the 317.80s. I don't have it up on the chart, but that's fine. But I took that trade. Yeah, it would have been somewhere in here. So took that trade as it came into that level and then gave it an add once I saw some wicks and confirmation here that it was going to pull back at least a VWAP. Just a real quick trade, in and out, guys. Don't get married to these stocks. This is a really, you can do this over and over and over again. And if you can pull 100, 200, 500, 1,000 out of a trade each and every day, why not, right? So that was the trade I took. Covered up most. I always cover up most to the VWAP. It came down to produce a higher low, almost like a double bottom from the from this opening candle, and then rip back up. Now, as it was coming back up, the action was really funny in the morning. I said, as it's coming back up, again, I said, watch this 319 level. This 319 is going to produce a nice short signal, and sure enough, it did. Could have rolled this out, and it just cleaned up on the day. And this is just an example of two of the trades. So it did it once, and then sure enough, it did it a second time. And the beautiful thing about this is it produced such a nice smack candle on that it's clear as day, writing's on the wall, it's done, it's gonna pull back. Now this, from highs down to lows, produced over 2.5 points, almost 2 3/4 points. Now that's just on the equity. Now, if you were trading options, this again is roughly 100% move, probably anywhere between 80 and 100% move, maybe more depending on strike and how you entered. This happens every day, guys, and this is why I get so passionate about showing you guys and telling you guys and pounding the table. It's like, you know, come join a place where the mentor actually gives a shit and is truly going to trade and show you how to work an actual legitimate, true to life, real deal strategy. This strategy is something to see. It really is. And I want nothing more than for you guys to have success. I want nothing more than for you guys to have what I have. I don't want to draw this video lesson out, but I just wanted to show you, you know, patience. Patience is important, guys. Wait for this. All you got to do, this is what I tell my traders. All you got to do is wait for the levels, take the trade into the level, give it a standard risk. Say that over and over and over again. If you wait for your actual trigger, whatever your trigger is, it doesn't matter. Whatever your trigger is, if you wait for that and you express discipline and patience, you are going to be a badass. You're going to be a badass, and you can make a consistent income doing this. The whole idea of 90% of traders fail. I'll tell you what, it's real. I don't dispute that. But the 90% they're fucking lazy, guys. They're lazy. They don't put any time into it. They deserve to fail. That's the thing. The 90%ers deserve to be 90%ers. The 10%ers are the ones that actually make it. They work. They bleed for this. They struggle. They embrace the struggle. They embrace the suck. Okay, because you have to at the beginning. But I tell you, if you can wade your way through those muddy waters at the end, it's pretty fucking good, guys. Okay, so I just wanted to point out a couple of opportunities and just show you just how dead nuts, bang on, and accurate this strategy is. And it's something I can teach you. It's not something like you got to be Mr. Fidget Fingers and be some sort of, I don't know, fucking gaming wizard. They attribute their success to being a good gamer because they're fast with, like, get the fuck out of here. That's such nonsense. You got to stare at the tape like some sort of fucking lunatic looking for some trigger on that. Instead, why not just get good at one thing? Just get good at the charts. All you have to do is look at the charts, and you can see. Once you put in your time, and it's over and over and over again, you put in the time, and you see things that you would see. Now, some people are not going to agree with this, and they're not going to understand what I'm saying here. You got to take what I'm saying with, there's different, anyways. There is a way to see what's happening in price action on the tape, but on the chart. If you are attentive and disciplined and focused, you can see things that other people won't. That's why I only focus on the charts. I only focus on the charts. And I can show you guys exactly how to laser focus in, and I can give you forced quality screen time. That's important, screen time. So I know I'm rambling here, but anyways, guys, I wanted to wrap this up, and I just wanted to show you what's possible. We do this shit every day. And if you want to become a real trader trading real stocks, come to TrickTrades.com. Don't hesitate, guys. The opportunity's knocking. Adios. Okay, guys. So after watching the video, now we can do a long form Q&A. What I was doing before was just going into and doing a premiere. That way I could talk to you guys and bullshit with you in chat while it was going on live. But once that video ended, it just killed it completely, and it kind of sucked, right? So hopefully you guys have some questions prepared, and then we can get some sort of decent flow going. Let me just pop this chat out and get it closer to the camera so that I can see. What is standard risk? Standard risk is our risk strategy. Most rooms, actually, not most, very few rooms actually have an entry strategy. Our entry strategy is the trading channels strategy, and we have a couple strategies that are all based off of that. That is the TrickTrades core strategy. It's a legitimate strategy where if you do this, you will do that. And if it does that, you will do this. It's mechanical. We even have a member that has created an algorithm around that strategy, and in his words, it prints money. Okay, that's a proper strategy. Not only do we have that entry strategy, we have a risk strategy. It is designed. Let me ask you a question, and I know I've done this before, but let me ask you a question. How many times have you stopped out right at the last second as that stock reverses? I'm sure you're going to answer a lot. So this is designed to keep you in just long enough. And it's through my experience, and we go off of our basket of stocks, and the members can attest to just how fucking awesome it really is, because it is. My thoughts on how coronavirus will affect the market with the dumb money. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, it's funny. I know you're asking that question, but let me kind of go back a little bit. You know, it's really funny that with all the negative catalysts, look at the threat of nuclear war, a real threat of nuclear war. We have Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. We have all of these bombs waiting to go off. And what takes down the market? Nothing could take down the market. A virus. To me, not to sound like a complete nut, it seems very designed. It seems very odd. The action that we've been experiencing the last little while is super contrived. It has been planned. You can see it. They've been holding it up. So I don't really know what's going to happen with this virus. I think people are going to stop freaking out, and they're just using it as an excuse. They're saying, oh, it's the coronavirus. The smart money is looking for any excuse to get out on this top, right? Without causing it to be their fault. Smart money gets blamed for everything. Look at the mortgage crisis. Look at what happened after that with Anonymous on Wall Street. That whole thing. Like, everyone attacked these fat cats. It's not their fault, guys. As much as people want to put the blame on these guys, we pride ourselves in living in a capitalist market, and that's capitalism. That's just how it is. So I think that coronavirus, now I'm not saying it was designed to do this, but it really looks like now that the smart money will be able to get out without it being their fault, right? Do I use hotkeys? No. No, you don't need them. Hotkeys, that's just another thing that all these guys, they want you to buy into. They want you to buy into their hotkeys and their settings and their this and that. You don't need them. When playing proper stocks that we trade, we have a basket of 16 stocks at TrickTrades. And We don't deviate from these. We don't care what's gapping up. We don't care about the flavor of the day. I couldn't give two shits about that. I trade my basket of stocks because each and every day these things provide opportunity. I prefer stocks without catalyst. I like stocks that are just purely getting based off of technicals. That's where you have the greatest odds. So what I'm getting at is when you trade stocks like that, you trading real stocks where the spreads are tight, they're super liquid, they're super volumatic, they follow the rules. You don't have to worry about getting smoked on spread and this and that. And besides that, like even if the spread does open up, you're talking like 10, 15, 20, 30 cents, something like that. We're not looking to make 10, 20, 30 cents. We're looking to make multiple points per share, which we do every day. So we mark it in. We do not mess around with limit orders. There have been too many missed trades trying to save a penny, and you're tripping over dimes, right, to pick up a penny. That's what's going on there. These aren't penny stocks, they're real stocks, and you don't need to worry about getting a shitty fill or anything like that. It just, the amount of times that actually happens, super rare, and it's not really anything to worry about. Is my strategy better for options than equity? No. Here's the thing. We trade options and equity with zero difference. Zero difference. And that's the crazy thing. We trade options way differently than you've seen them traded before. It's completely different. I don't use an options chart. I don't use any of the Greeks. And the crazy thing is it works. And from the outside looking in, it's hard for people to digest that and to believe it because it goes against the grain. It goes against everything everyone says. But it works. Simplicity works, folks. So no, to answer your question, no, there's no difference. It doesn't matter. Stocks or equity, or equity or options, you're fine. It's the same. Sorry if I'm missing some of your guys' questions. It's kind of coming up pretty fast. So give me a sec here. I'm just trying to read over. Another sale coming up on TrickTrades for War Room and Boss. Yeah, I mean, all you got to do too, like Wes or anyone for that matter, like you guys can hit me up on an email or the members in a DM. Like, just hit me up. Just ask for a discount. Like I really don't mind, right? So you can hit up helptricktrades@gmail.com, or you can simply hit me up in a DM if you are a member, which you should all be fucking members. Oh, that's awesome. No, I hope you're back. Yeah, I answered your question, Mr. Icy. You just busting balls or what? Yeah, I answered your question. Yeah, there's live trades in the video lesson library, especially for mentoring members. Rewatch this AC 2014. I do talk about the coronavirus and the SPY. When I refer to the market, I'm talking about the SPY. Actually, Doze, I prefer you don't have any prior experience. One of the major issues coming in that members have is that I need to rewire them. A lot of them have a real hard time letting go of the amount of money that they've put into previous education, because once they come in, I tell them, like, forget everything, throw it out the fucking window, like forget it. So it actually makes my job a lot easier when you come in with a clean slate. If you've never done it before, we have so many helpful members, and I'm available literally probably pushing 20 hours a day. And as crazy and as much bullshit as that sounds, that's the fucking truth. That is the truth. Nobody puts in what I put in. I live for this stuff, guys. A 5K offshore account. I mean, see, the thing is with offshore accounts, like a lot of people knock them But here's the thing. If you're underfunded, you got to do what you got to do, right? So yeah, 5K on an offshore account. It is what it is. Yeah. Bill Bush there, we have a separate, and the reason why I keep things separate, we have Revolution Swing, and then we have TrickTrades. TrickTrades is our dedicated educational department, and that's what it is. It's a true-to-life university to become a day trader. And although that may sound like a sales pitch, it's not. And then we have our swing trading service. Our swing trading service, out of the four plays that I give you per week, we're hitting 3 out of those 4 on a consistent basis. I keep them separate for a reason. They try and mix day trading strategies with swing trading strategies. And not even just the strategy, it's the mentality. It's the swing trading mentality into day trading and the day trading mentality into swing trading. And you can't have that. It is 2 separate mentalities and 2 separate strategies. It's very different, right? So I keep them separate. I absolutely hate alert services, but the way that we've designed Revolution Swing is so that you can continue your day trading education, build your account through that alert service. This alert service isn't just a regular service. Like I give full detailed trading plans, and you also get the guidance through the week through text messages. I know it sounds really basic and the same as everyone else's, but I can assure you it's not. We put a lot into this, and everything I do and my team does, we do for a reason, and it's amazing. It works very well. You know, to put things into perspective, if you listen to the plans, to the letter, to the T of Revolution Swing, and this is no bullshit. I've seen the account myself. Rayanna, one of our Revolution Swing members, she's also a TrickTrades member. She's built only through listening and implementing the strategy to the letter, to the plan, to the T of Revolution Swing. She's pushing 200K in the past 3 months. So people ask me all the time, do you have any successful members? Absolutely. I have probably the highest success rate, a true to life success rate. If you listen, it'll happen. For those of you that, see, here's the thing. Your comment there, Abdel, about not needing an offshore account. The problem is, and I fully agree with you, you don't. You can trade options. You can get an options cash account, and that's really the way to go. The problem is, most traders that are just getting into this, they're so freaked out over options, they just won't do it. They're not going to do it. And number 2, they're going to get the wrong options education that's going to confuse the living shit out of them, and that's that, right? So there's a reason why I just answered his question opposed to going into this whole spiel about getting a cash options account. That's the way I would go, but he would have to come in for proper guidance, and because the amount, like I'm sure you guys have, you've probably Googled or you have YouTubed how to day trade options, and your eyes probably rolled in the back of your head because they're talking nothing but Greeks and this and that, and it's a lot of it is nonsense. A lot of people are so afraid to come off like sounding like a caveman or uneducated that they have to try to be the smartest guy in the room. And that does nothing but damage to new traders because they think that that's really how it is and how trading is. Trading's hard. It doesn't need to be, guys. Right? I'm a regular guy, and that's one of the success points of TrickTrades is I just talk to people like they're normal people, just like I would talk to a family member or a friend or a stranger on the street. You just talk to people like they're people, and good things happen. How much do I recommend to start off with your swing trade strategy? Without sounding like a politician and talking out of the side of my mouth, anytime I get asked how much, I know the answer you're looking for, and I'll get to that, but it always boils down to as much as you can without putting any type of strain, even the little bit, the slightest bit of strain on you. Like, never put yourself in a bad position. With that said, I would like to see, because they're just small positions, that's all you need on these. We don't use size to pay us on swing trading. We use the range. So you can start off with, you know, I don't know, 1,500, couple thousand. The more the merrier, obviously, because you'll be able to take a little bit more size and spread and diversify a little bit. But for the most part, you'd be fine with that. We have members starting with less that have built. So no, I don't do free, dude. Absolutely not. I've done that. See, BrickVids, here's the thing. People say this all the time, but they don't realize what goes in and then the type of people that come in off of free. TrickTrades used to be a free service, right? Like, TrickTrades used to be a free service, and it was nothing but fucking lunatics in that room. It was a disastrous shit show is what it was. So shut that shit down, went paid, and now you start. When you have people with skin in the game, they're gonna listen. I know people are just, they want to try it out. Well, here's the thing, guys. If you can't afford $150 to come try something out, and on a discount, because your first month you get 20% off, right? Like, for $117, if you're afraid to try something and trust a guy, it ain't gonna work, right? Like, if you're worried about 100, 120, $150, and I'm not saying it's not a lot of money, it is a lot of money, but what you get out of it, the risk reward on that is massive. So I don't do free. I've completely shut down the whole free train, man. Yeah. I'm just trying to give you an honest answer, Brick, right? Like, I don't want to bullshit you. I don't want to say, oh yeah, we're working on it, and you know, that's a great idea. I've been there, done that, man. Been down that road, and you get. It's a shit show, is what it is. People don't take it seriously. There's a lack of respect. They think that there's no real value there because it's free, right? Like, they don't take it serious. Do you use expected moves to base trading ideas? I use daily support and resistance. End of story. That's it. That's all. Earnings plays? Nah, man. See, the thing is, when you trade earnings, it is a reaction to earnings. They can have blowout earnings, but it's an analyst expectation. We stay away, like I said at the beginning of this. For those of you coming in late, make sure to watch this again. I'm telling you, watch it again. There's a lot of real good nuggets in here. The earnings plays, that's a catalyst. When you have catalyst, you bring in people that are chasers. You bring in emotional traders. You bring in a lot of dumb money, right? We don't want dumb money in our plays. We don't want a bunch of retail traders in our plays. That's why we stick with the higher price stocks, the mega caps and the tech, like Apple, Facebook. Yeah, there's dumb money in it, right? Like, we're considered dumb money, but it's a lot less. So I don't want that emotion, that added emotion. I want to rely 100% on the technicals and the rules. The rules, these things follow the rules. There's algorithms that trade these that follow the rules. Don't be afraid of algos, like these ramrods like to say on social media. It's like, oh, the fucking algos, man, the algos. It's fine. It's perfect. That holds it true. Who develops algorithms? Humans. Humans have to follow the rules. Therefore, the algorithms follow the rules, right? So, yeah, but okay, Godzilla, right? Like, here's the thing. Like, you're thinking so short-sighted, and I know it sounds like I'm attacking you, and I'm absolutely not. I'm hoping to open up your eyes here. Okay, so this is directed at you. Now, I hope you listen. Okay, that type of mentality, you will not have a sustained career as a day trader or a trader in general. You won't. I don't care if it went to $1 million on that call. I don't care. I would sooner come in every day, make my replicatable money day in, day out, than care about something like that. And I want the same for you, man. Like, That's why I freak out on people like that, because you may do well for a while, but you can't do that every day. You can't do that every earnings. You can't, you won't. You'll have a very short career. The career may last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, but look at what's going on with one of the biggest names right now. He's shitting the bed hard because he's trading a bunch of like emotional plays like Tesla and Amazon. Like, guys, he's a well-respected trader, and in this market, that should never happen. There's so many opportunities out there to come in, make your money, get the fuck out, like, period, right? So why go for and swing for the fences? Like Godzilla, if you can take one thing out of this whole video and what we're doing right now, brother, I don't know if you're a brother, I'm guessing by that, but anyways, brother, listen to me on this, and I'm pleading with you, cut that shit out, man. It's not going to get you anywhere. I can promise you that much. Like I said, it might be 5 years, it might be 10 years. You might even get a good solid 20 years out. You're going to do it once and you're going to get wiped out. You're going to get hurt, and then you're going to fall into that rabbit hole like what goes on. We see this. I see this shit all the time, guys. With my strategy and the way I trade, I can 100% say with certainty and the utmost whatever, I will be doing this until I decide to stop, which will probably be until I fucking shaking on the mouse too bad, okay? So, listen, guys, I'm serious. Okay, Patrick, I only have an hour for lunch to trade. That's fine. What I would, yeah, you can focus on swing trading, but here's the thing. Okay, now, even though I'm answering your question, I'm going to go off a little bit here, okay? And it's not directed towards you because you asked a completely reasonable question, so like, relax. It pisses me off when I see a lot of people use excuses. My background, for those of you that don't know, I was a pipeline and facility welder. I worked 12-hour days from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., from sun up till sundown, especially in the summer, okay? Literally in the middle of nowhere, northern Alberta. And for those that have been up there in Canada, no, it is literally the middle of nowhere, okay? And if I did it and I found a way, you can find a way too, okay? At all costs, make this happen because life gets pretty fucking good, okay? Like, it's really unimaginable that, you know, years ago, I'm laying in a ditch doing 12-inch yellow jacket tie-ins in the middle of nowhere, soaked with swamp mud the whole night. And now I'm sitting in a 3,500 square foot office, right? Like, this is just my office. And I paid for a house cash and this and that. And I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. I'm just saying life changes very, very quickly when you do put in the work, guys, okay? That's not trying to sell you a dream at all. I'm trying to level with you guys. Like, shit gets really amazing really quickly when you do put in the work and you want to bleed for it. Now, to answer your question, yes, you can focus on swing trading, but what I'll say, and I know this is going to sound like a commercial for TrickTrades, and it's not. I'm trying not to be. I really want to legitimately answer you guys' questions. The educational department at TrickTrades is designed for people that are working, okay? You can hit me up anytime. The video lesson library is there. The chat is open 24/7, okay? And it's active 24/7. So there is always a way to do this. We have an off afternoon moderator that comes in that finds badass plays. There's plays everywhere, guys, okay? How long did it take me to become profitable? Okay, to put it in, and I've said this lots before, when it comes to a full-out timeline, it's hard because my timeline was, I think it was stretched. I found consistency at about that year mark, somewhere in there, okay? Now I'm fighting what I just said to Patrick, I believe his name was, okay? Patrick. So working middle of nowhere, it stretches out your timeline a little bit, right? But I'll say to find consistency, it was about a year. After that, it was a matter of working the plan, giving time to work. That I cannot stress enough. You need to give time to work, okay? And I hope that kind of makes sense, but it's around that time. And then it's never ending. It's so never ending. Like even the members of TrickTrades that have been with me, and I've been trading now for about 8 years. I'd have to look it up, but it's about 8 years. And even the growth that I've had in the last 3 has been outstanding. Now, I made very good money and a very good living before that, okay? But now, just through interacting with people and everything else, I'm really finding my way in the market. It becomes easy. It's ridiculous, and I know how that looks from outside eyes looking in, but it's a long journey. It's long. Consistency doesn't equal money. Consistency is just consistency. And then you can start sizing up. Until you prove yourself, there is no reason. You have not earned the privilege to use size or make money. That is just a byproduct of time and working the strategy. Have I ever blown an account? Fuck yeah, man. Absolutely. So my first account was about 25, 30K, okay? It was a nice, decent sized account. That got trashed. It got blown, not even blown up, but blown the fuck up, okay? So then it was my second account. I really got my shit together, and I was going really well, but I kept making the same mistakes. Same mistakes you guys are probably fucking making right now. You're over trading, you're not respecting stops, you do well for a while, and then you shit the bed, right? And then you throw everything out the window, and then you have a massive red day. Big, dirty, damaging red day. Yeah, that happened on account number 2. My third account, which I call my last account. That's it. That's all I'm putting in. I know I would have never given up, but that's what I was telling myself. I read myself the fucking riot act. I had a come to Jesus speech with myself, and I said, this is happening. This is it. I cannot go back to work, and this is fucking happening. And I whittled that account down to about 50% roughly, and then curve straight up. You need to reach a point where you're damn near rock bottom, okay? And that's when things start getting good. And I talk about this a lot. I talk about this on screen share at least once a week. It's like the universe, God, the puppet masters, whoever wants to make sure you are worthy of the life that happens when you reach this status. It's fucked, but it happens. So I hope that answers your question. But anyways, guys, I'm doing the pee-pee dance here. I'm going to wrap this up. Really thank you guys for coming out. That's awesome. And catch the replay. Watch this again, guys. I can't stress that enough. So until next time, you want to become a real trader, trading real stocks, come to TrickTrades.com and let's do this, folks. Rock and roll. Adios.